Alright, welcome back. This is the beginning of Chapter 4, I believe, so let's get started. Chapter 4, The Gravestone. Whose gravestone? Oh, the Emperor, maybe?
Get those fires out!
Did you think to take any extinguishers when you stole this ship?
Blast! Outlander! You're up. See what you can do with this thing.
Yeah, I guess he is part of Zakul, so he would know me, or was part of Zakul, so he would know me as the Outlander as well. And I guess the nickname's going to stick. Not my favorite, but oh well.
That's 2 more shuttles you owe me.
You didn't even own this one. It really shouldn't count.
It was mine when it crashed. It counts.
Do we know anything about this swamp?
Not much to it. Barely populated. Some old ruins scattered around. The usual grumpy wildlife you'd expect. People call it the Endless Swamp.
Endless?
It's an old name. People were more dramatic back then.
They're still dramatic now. Eternal, or
Anything on your sensors?
Eternal Empire, Infinite Emperor.
I have detected a large metallic object nearby. Analysis suggests a technological construct, but there are no energy readings.
Whatever it is, it's got better chances of flying than this thing. Engines fried to a crisp.
Sky troopers won't be far behind us. We need to hide the evidence of our landing.
I'll scavenge you, Barry.
Just like Aaron Prime.
I get the sense you two have been working together for a while.
Long enough.
I know you have more questions than answers, but we should really keep moving. I promise I'll tell you everything I can as soon as we're safe.
Enthusiasm. Shall we investigate the technological object? I believe I can guide us to its location.
Very well.
Alright, so we have HK-55 as our companion now. And we get implants. Not quite level, is it 63 now? From what I've heard, if you use an XP boost, you'll get there by the end of the chapters, which makes sense, because we're only a third of the way through. Alright. Let's kill. So this reminds me of Dromenkos in a lot of ways. Capital of a grand empire, sprawling cityscape and super tall buildings. I'm not going to do the bonus for this. That doesn't sound that interesting. Just killing a bunch of swamp beasts. If it happens, it happens. If not, whatever. If, by some miracle, I don't make it to 65 just doing these missions, I'll just PvP the rest of the way. Which I'm totally fine with. Yeah, I guess whereas Dromenkos was more jungly, this is more of a swamp. And I assume it's where the people of Zakul are. I don't know where they came from. Did the Emperor bring them here 1,000 years ago? What's their history? I'd be interested in knowing it. Maybe that's part of the plot. Wouldn't surprise me. And also, how old was the Eternal Emperor when we killed him? Oh, we're not in an instance. Alright, that's kind of surprising. I just assumed we were. But nope, we are actually not. In that case, I'm really surprised we haven't seen more people around. We're just here on Zakul. This is not it. Okay. So onward then. And that guy's clearing out the swamp for us, so that's convenient. It is kind of immersion breaking though to see somebody else here doing the same thing. I almost wish they had instanced the entire area. I made uninstanced areas too for the LEs and stuff. But the actual story quest. Even if they like copy pasted the zones and made one copy instance and one not. I would prefer it that way. Alright, is this it? Very small. Yeah, it's a piece of something much larger. There's the instance. Alright, cool. Why'd they make the little stretch of it uninstanced? I assume everything until now has been, because I haven't seen anybody. And I know it's like 2:30 in the morning, but seriously, it's, you know, it's the first day of the expansion. 13 people are online, our guild alone. Probably half of them doing this. Let's see. Yeah, a couple of Zakuls in other areas I don't recognize, which I assume are part of... Oh, that's a cool thing. Large Iknai Devourer. Very creepy. They all start as a healer. I guess we can't change it in combat. Damage. Can we scavenge these things? Not scavenge, but bioanalysis, we can. Why is he not doing it? Ah, whatever. I think I'm going the wrong way now. And now these things are getting a little tougher. Makes the same sound as an Acklay does. Hey, we can use a mount now. Well, not now because we're in combat. Defeat the Swamp Rancor. Great, the Emperor brought Rancors with him. Level 63, yay! Yeah, at this rate we will definitely hit 55 or 65 by the time we're done. Maybe I'm lagging a bit. That we have a random speeder mount. Well, that's the new speeder when you get in the mail.
No one harms my master.
He's not doing much. Is he stunned? There he comes. Can I knock him back? I can. Force wave a giant Rancor. Alright. Speak to HK.
Admiration. It is a great pleasure to witness your skills firsthand, Master.
Master?
Clarification. Master Beniko altered my programming before we secured your release. I am to serve you with the same unexcelled loyalty with which I serve her. In fact, your survival is now my highest priority.
Oh, I thought he was, what's the guy's name? Koth or Kosh? Something like that? I thought it was his droid. I guess it's Lana's droid or their droid.
I'm no more important than Lana or Koth. Don't prioritize me above them.
Concession. I will alter my prioritization as you request, Master. Gossip. You are just as selfless as I had been led to believe. Resumption. Shall we continue?
Seems like he's a more light side aligned HK model. Interesting. Kind of like it. Alright. So that's our destination by the looks of it. We still have a ways to go. The Coolian Wingmaw.
Plus one to kill counter.
It does seem weird that there's a whole empire out here, or there was a whole empire out here, beyond what the galaxy at large ever knew about. But then again, that would be the first time in even the Emperor's lifespan that that's happened. The original Old Sith Empire was not known about until Chorian Gav Daragon stumbled upon it
Plus one to kill counter.
and revealed its existence to the Republic. And then, while all the other wars were being fought, the Emperor founded his own new Sith Empire in the shadows of the galaxy. And then, while that Empire and under the command of the Dark Council and the Republic were fighting their war, and then their Cold War, and then their Hot War again, he was busy building a new empire. In fact, even now, while we're defeating his son on the Eternal Throne, it wouldn't surprise me to learn he's out there building an even newer empire. He's getting better with each one, though. I will give him that. He learned from his mistakes. Alright, what is this thing? It's like Yoda's hut or something? Are we going to lift it from the swamp, Luke Skywalker style?
Is this the object you picked up on your sensors?
Confirmation. Yes, Master. A closer scan suggests that this object has been here for several centuries.
Is it a crash ship? What is it? That's just another piece of it. Looks like a very large ship.
Centuries? Of all the junk out here, you had to find the antique.
Observation. Visible design elements do not match any from Zakulan culture, antique or modern.
Maybe this
Not
was the
from
ship that
Zakul. Could it be?
brought them here? The Emperor's original ship he came on, maybe?
He doesn't overthink things.
I'm certainly interested.
Haha! Do you have any idea what this is?
Tell me.
It looks like some kind of old spacecraft.
This is the Gravestone. This was the only ship that ever went up against the Eternal Fleet and won. Do you have any idea how long people have been looking for this thing?
And we just happened to stumble upon it.
Force brought us
You
here.
said this ship went up against the Eternal Fleet and won. But it's rusting in a swamp while the fleet is still around.
The fleet is even older than Valkyria. Maybe even older than Zakul. The battles happened centuries ago. Nobody knows the details of the whole war. But every story talks about the Gravestone. One ship with the firepower to take on the Eternal Fleet. This is fate. We get your Outlander. Find exactly the weapon we need. We're going to win this thing, Lana. It's destiny.
It's certainly no coincidence, but destiny? I think there's something else going on here.
If the Emperor is guiding it, or is the Force guiding us?
The will of the Force guides us all, if we learn to listen.
Rely on your Jedi ideals if you wish, but there's more to this, I'm sure of it.
Let's have a look inside, huh?
Assessment. Nearby signs of animal activity suggest local predators may be using this wreck as a nesting ground. Caution is advised.
Makes
We'll split
sense.
up, deal with any wildlife, then regroup to plan our next move.
And now Koth is with us. Wonder if we can,
Feel better? More where that came from.
No. Alright. So, we're heading... This is a big ship. Can we go this way or no? Let's try it. I have a feeling the answer is no, but we shall see. So how old is this fleet then, and where did it come from?
Took one out.
Is there another Starforge out there somewhere? What I was about to say before, though, is that given the lore of the galaxy, it doesn't seem too surprising that empires like this do exist.
16, 17, 22.
What was that? Oh, was that?
I can do this all day.
I don't know what that was. Who was counting?
Target down.
Yeah, but because the way like hyperspace routes are mapped out, if you don't have a safe hyperspace route between,
Yeah. Clearing these things out. Very easy.
all right, shall be quiet for a
Easiest
second.
thing ever.
You don't have a clear hyperspace route between the empires on the edge of the galaxy and civilization in the middle. It isn't too surprising they're enclave to civilization, even this far out in wild space. Alright, so where are we going exactly? Clear out the beast. Oh, so we just have to kill things.
Wouldn't mind a challenge now and then.
Yeah, I'm with you, Koth. I really hope... I've heard that they're working on a new operation. So hopefully it comes out sooner rather than later, because doing all the existing 9 operations at level 65 will be a lot of fun, for sure. But there's nothing quite like new content.
Got you covered. Target down. More where that came from.
Be like the Queen or something. Oh, there is more where that came. You are right.
I can do this all day.
Meanwhile,
Endless swamp. After the damage you inflicted, they couldn't have made a safe landing anywhere else.
And if they didn't make a safe landing?
We'll know soon enough. Sky troopers, sweep the area. Focus on regions with high metallic sensor readings.
I oversaw security in the Carbonite prison. I humbly submit myself to answer for this failure.
Sister.
I didn't like his answer.
She seems a little off the deep end. A little power mad, it seems. Here I thought she might be the sensible one, but
So this ship
guess
has been
not.
here for 1,000 years? More?
Right. It's amazing that it's in such good condition, considering. Judging by the damage I've seen, the stories are true. Whoever built the Gravestone scuttled it themselves after the Eternal Fleet was defeated. It wasn't shot down.
The fleet was defeated but not destroyed. Valkorion brought it back under his own control more than a century ago.
Exactly. The Eternal Fleet is totally automated. Nobody knows who first built it, and every theory is crazier than the last.
Renegades left behind after a successful droid revolution. Representatives of an entire race of droids from somewhere beyond the edge of the known galaxy.
Like I said, crazy stuff. But no matter where it came from, the Eternal Fleet is practically unstoppable. And Arkan controls every single ship from the throne.
Hopefully we'll find out more about it. So it seems, my guess would be that because it's all automated, each ship on its own is not nearly as strong as a Republic or Imperial cruiser would be, but what they lack in their ability to problem solve and their ingenuity, they make up for in sheer overwhelming numbers.
If Valkorion has had this unstoppable fleet for more than a century, why didn't he use it to help the Sith Empire defeat the Republic?
We can only theorize. If the war was just part of a ritual to make the Emperor truly immortal, perhaps using the fleet would have interfered somehow. Regardless, we have many other things to discuss. I owe you 5 years' worth of explanations.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm gonna need some parts to get this thing moving again.
Locating supplies and fresh water would also be wise.
I guess you can do either in either order. Let's help Lana
I'll
first.
help you find what we need, Lana.
Very well.
Assertion. I will begin a patrol pattern to ensure that no enemy forces report our position.
All right. Oh, there's mail here. I'm guessing it's plot related. Hopefully not just gold farmers. Raylo. That was the captain, I think. Me, Dole, and a bunch of others are alive thanks to you. We'd never have made the escape pods without your broadcast. Hope you managed to get in one too. I caught a look at the fleet that took us down. We'll never be able to take them on without you. Gotta power down to save energy now. Stay safe, Raylo. HK55. Report intercepted transmissions. Observation. Zakulia news broadcasts are transmitted to an unsecured frequency. Reports on our escape are currently the leading topic. Elaboration. Sudden blackout caused by the reactor shutdown has been cited as the cause of minor injuries and property damage, but no fatalities. Conclusion. Maximum preservation of life achieved. Your efforts were entirely successful, Master. Yay, that's a lucky break. We're getting a lot of those lately, it seems. Alright, so I guess we have to head outside first. Take readings for groundwater. Kind of a cool idea for a quest, but at the same time, hopefully we don't have to do like multiple things for each of them. There's a little bonus quest here, I guess, but I'm gonna grab it in case we do it on the way. Provider rewards. Speeder. Might be worth doing that. We are in an instance, and we might not get another chance to do it, so... Yeah, we have to pass those areas on the way out anyway, so might as well do it. Don't want to miss a chance to get a new speeder. Speaking of speeders, I believe we can probably speeder here. We can. One of the Praxons, it looks like. I love this random speeder button. So much fun. Is it down there? It is. Nice little area too, with a waterfall and all. A Varactyl. A radiated one by the looks of it. Appropriate for the swamp, I think. Yeah, it's quite a long walk outside of that ship. We're going all the way over there? Is there like a quick travel back or something? Hope so, otherwise I might have just like cut the episode. Attach the parts to a frame. Maybe that speeder will take us there and back somehow? This is an old step. Was this like the Daily.com one, I think? Because there was a Daily.com one and a PvP one, if I remember correctly, back at like launch. And I saved up Daily.coms to get the daily one, and then eventually I wanted the PvP one, which was harder to get. But I saved accommodations until I got it. That's like the red version, I think. Hey, we have a new speeder. Alright. Let's go ahead and use that for a bit. Classic speeder bike. Not super exciting, but it gets the job done. I think we're almost there. Yeah, another instance. Well, okay, we're in my instance, but I could have sworn I just saw somebody standing here. Are we leaving the instance, and that's why it bugged a little? Yeah, I guess so. He must have been just inside his instance. Alright. There's the groundwater reading area.
When Darth Mar and I faced Valkorion, we knew right away. He was the Sith Emperor, Lana.
I know. When he was struck down, it released ripples through the Force. Everyone who had felt the Sith Emperor's presence in the past, on Ziost, on Yavin 4, we all sensed what had happened. Arkan invaded soon after, claiming that an outlander had assassinated his father, the immortal Emperor. It didn't take long for us to unravel the truth.
Which side did Arkan attack first?
Both. Ships from the Eternal Fleet struck at shipyards and rallying points for both sides simultaneously. They favored ambush tactics throughout the war. Zakulan's sensor technology has far greater range than our own, and their ships can fly much further on less resources. Only vessels retrofitted with Isotope 5 could manage to outrun them. None could truly compete.
Another person with that little, a lot of people have that apparently, the all quest storylines. I would imagine so at this point. The game's been out quite a while. Probably good, at least 1 in 10 I'd say.
How long did the Republic and the Empire manage to hold out?
Within 3 months, the bulk of our naval forces were disabled or eliminated, and the Republic was in the same situation. With naval superiority, Arkan's forces could begin choking off supply lines, trade, any ship travel at all. The Eternal Fleet seemed to be everywhere at once. Coruscant and Dromund Kaas were blockaded by the end of the first year.
Didn't take long then. You know the Republic doesn't fall for good though, because Obi-Wan's old line that for 1,000 generations the Jedi Knights stood for peace and I don't know, something in the Old Republic. The ironic point is I watched this movie earlier today for the first time in like 2 years too, because I wanted me to watch while I was crafting, but I don't remember the exact line.
How did it end?
The members of the Dark Council fought Arkan's invasion ruthlessly and lost. The Empire's treaty was ultimately negotiated by the Minister of Logistics. Chancellor Suresh also refused to discuss surrender, but the Republic Senate managed to overrule her. A cadre of senators negotiated their own ceasefire terms. All of those senators have since been disgraced or dismissed. I'm sure you can imagine the likely culprit.
What about the Jedi Order?
I know that they suffered heavy losses, but that's the extent of my information. I've sent agents to find out more, but none have returned. I wish I had more to tell you. So far, the treaties with Zakul have held. But that will not last forever.
It sounds like the Republic itself is still technically at war with them, just not really able to make any kind of attack or gain any ground. Alright, so water successfully gathered. We need an alternative site for groundwater. Why do we need an alternative site? How much groundwater do we need? There's 3 of us and a droid. Can't we just like purify some of this or catch some rain? Like, it's gotta rain here, it's a swamp. We can't just take some of that? I do like the little nuggets of history though, that's interesting. But yeah, no matter what happens, we know the Republic doesn't actually fall, nor the Jedi Order.
Put up a good fight.
This light may flicker multiple times throughout its history, but it never truly goes out.
Somewhat worthy opponent. Challenge accepted and met.
Another swap Rancor. That's one of the thing I have. One of the problem I have with the storylines for MMOs is not the storyline itself, but the fact that the combat is just—it's not exciting. Like it's exciting in like PvP or in like hard mode operations when things are actually challenging, and when you have to work with an entire team to achieve victory. What are we doing here? When you're just like running around like this, killing people, it's kind of just like mindless button mashing. Where is this groundwater? Search for an alternative site. Well, it's... Oh, over here? But yeah, hey, this is... one of the next to, except it actually kind of fits here in the swamp. Doesn't look so bad in this lighting. Yeah, if it had better combat, like Dragon Age or Mass Effect, then this would be, I would say, equally as fun as their single-player games. Until then, though, it still falls short. In my opinion, at least. That being said, it's still a lot of fun, and...
A freshwater spring. It should be safe for drinking.
Yay. For MMO, nothing even comes close.
So the Eternal Fleet overwhelmed both the Republic and the Empire. What was the result?
Both sides are forced to pay a heavy tribute to Zakul, mainly raw materials and resources. They're also held under an arms limitation statute. The Empire and the Republic are both breaking it, of course, but they're still incapable of challenging the throne directly.
Who's in charge of the Republic now?
Suresh reached the end of her term limits recently, but her replacement is a carefully selected puppet. She still runs things, even if she isn't officially the Chancellor anymore.
Interesting.
And the Empire?
Only one member of the Dark Council remained after the chaos, Darth Asina.
Really?
She now rules as Empress of the Sith. Both sides see this only as an opportunity to eliminate one another at a time of weakness, instead of combining what strength they have. Arkan does nothing to prevent violence between them, so long as their tribute is paid and no one challenges Zakul's superiority.
I want to hit both of these.
What does Arkan use the tribute for? Zakul doesn't seem to need much.
A question no one else seems to ask or answer, not in any detail. Zakul's empire spans a sizable portion of wild space, but not enough to consume the resources they're acquiring. I've been working to learn the answer myself. Powerful Zakulan battle stations have been placed in orbit around key worlds to watch for possible uprisings, but there are no ongoing planetary occupations. The ships of the Eternal Fleet simply patrol at random. while the tribute paid to Zakul gradually chokes all economic potential.
What about my team? My ship?
I have allies looking for them as we speak. With all of the chaos of the last few years, though, it will take time to find them all. For now, we make do with ourselves, Koth, and HK.
Interesting. So, I'm pretty sure that's the new flashpoint they mentioned, is the battle stations above key worlds. You can go there and I guess liberate them. And finding your companions is also, I believe, something you can do after the 9 chapters are done.
How did you end up working together with Koth?
I knew I'd never find you alone. Recruiting assets with first-hand knowledge of Zakul was my top priority for years. Koth was on the run, pursued by the deadliest of the Zakul Knights. I resolved the situation, and we've worked together ever since. He's been an invaluable ally. Koth is a Zakul native, a veteran officer of their military, one of the few who hadn't been replaced by a droid. He and his crew were part of the occupation of the planet Denon. When ordered to do things they weren't comfortable with, Koth took his ship and crew and went rogue.
What exactly were they ordered to do?
That's for Koth to say. But I trust him with my life, as I trust you. I'm confident that you'll learn to trust one another just as well.
So why me? You clearly went to a lot of trouble to get me out of Carbonite.
Before you were captured, you accomplished things no one else dared to attempt. You changed the galaxy more than once, and if things have ever needed to change, now is the time.
Wonder how much of the Jedi Council's left.
But
Satele's still around.
there is something else. I felt it since the moment I found you in Carbonite. There's a power in you. Something new. It's elusive, but I know it's there.
Interesting. Do I trust her with this information? She is a Sith. But at the same time, I think she's an ally, and, yeah, right now she's the only one who might be able to help me with this issue that there is a Mad Emperor somewhere in my head.
I think you're right, Lana. I think the Emperor, Valkorion, is in my mind.
What?
After he died, there was a storm of energy. I barely even remember being thrown into the carbon freezing chamber. And then, while I was frozen, I saw things. Dreamed about him. About everything that happened while I was gone.
It can't be. If he were controlling you, I'd know it. I certainly saw enough of it on Ziost.
Not controlling, but watching, waiting maybe?
I don't think he's trying to control me. Not directly, anyway. He was trying to convince me to work with him.
Whatever he's doing, we can be sure that he's always trying to deceive us somehow. I believe in you. And I appreciate your honesty. I'll remain watchful for any influence he might have over you. For the time being, though, we have no choice but to proceed.
What about the others?
They wouldn't understand. And like you said, we really don't know anything for sure yet. Let's keep the matter between us for now.
Salutation. It is a pleasure to see you again so soon, Masters. I have encountered minimal resistance in my patrol.
How minimal?
Reassurance. Only one Sky Trooper and 3 local predators with poor survival instincts. Our position appears to be secure at this time, but I would still advise caution on your return trip, Masters.
Keep up the good work, HK.
Appreciation. It will be
Appreciate
my
that.
pleasure to do so, Master.
So this is a bit of a state of the galaxy. Anything interesting here? Basically what she said. Yep. So what is Zakul working on then? I don't think they would need anything to further control the galaxy. They already pretty much have everything they need. So are they building to face an external threat? Are they building something that will make the Emperor Arkin more powerful? Perhaps some kind of super weapon that the Valkorion was working on before him? Lots of possibilities. Few answers for now, but that's good, because oh good, there's a, yay! Can get right back. That leaves open a lot of possibilities for future story content. which is good because apparently they're going to do seasons, and like from what I understand, these first 9 episodes aren't even one season. They're the first part of season 1, and the rest will begin coming out on a regular schedule once 2016 is here, after the winter break and the new movie comes out and all that. Hopefully by then they built up a couple extra episodes and really get things going.
Hey there. Did you find something tasty?
We definitely found something.
Great. I've got a pretty good idea of the parts we'll need. Let's go see what we can find.
As cool as all this story content is, you can get through it in like 4 or 5 hours, so like you gotta have more stuff than that to keep people playing the game. I guess the can't go that way. I guess we can. I guess the idea is that maybe people start playing the game, get the fresh 60, play through this part, and enjoy it so much that they'll keep subbing. They'll do war zones and operations and dailies and want to get into other stuff. So we'll see if it works. It should probably capture the. We have to go all the way back there. Tell me there's a way back there quicker than just riding there. Aha, there is a speeder. Glad I saw that. But yeah, with all the people watching the movie and getting excited about all the hype and wanting to get back into something Star Wars, hopefully they'll capture a significant degree of that audience, and the extra money will help them make even more content, both story content as well as endgame content like ops and flashpoints and war zones. I've also heard rumors of a new war zone that's been data mined or partially data mined or is in the works or something. I don't know if it's true. Take it with a grain of salt because it's second or third hand news. But at this point, they keep saying like, oh yeah, we always have war zones in the works. We're constantly working on that, but can't be working that fast because it's been like 2 years now since we've had a new war zone. And when we did get one, it was Quest Ball, so that wasn't exactly exciting. What's this over here? Oh, is this one of the things we need? It is. I see another one over here. We're not really near the quest marker, but that's okay. Maybe they put lots of them around in case a lot of people are doing them in the same instance at the same time. That could be it. This is an older speeder too. Is this from EV maybe? One of the trash trucks they used to have. Alright, I see a couple areas over here. Why couldn't we just pick up both the quests simultaneously
Got you covered.
and get the pieces while we were doing the water things, which are right here? Doesn't make a lot of sense. Alright, one more piece. Is Koth going to talk to me about anything? Investigate the detected debris. So far, he's been oddly silent. I didn't know I had a dewback. Oh, is this the irradiated dewback? I think it is. Yeah, it looks pretty sick. and I meant that in the literal way, but I guess it also looks pretty sick too. Now we're being attacked. It's from the Rackle event. I actually like the Ractal better, but I had enough things to buy both, fortunately.
Wouldn't mind a challenge now and then.
Want a challenge? Go do some ops, Koth. Not gonna find one here.
Target down.
This is all about story.
More where that came from.
It's exciting too that they're going to be adding new content all the time. Kind of like Guild Wars 2 does with its living story, or did with its living story for 2 seasons. They kind of took a very long break. Which just, it seems really weird though that when you think about Bioware single player games, like Mass Effect 1 took me about 30 hours I think, at least 25. Mass Effect 2 took me like 50 hours, and
Target down.
about the same for Mass Effect 3, maybe a little longer,
More where that.
including all the DLC, which was actually really good. And the first Dragon Age was like 70 something hours. My first one was probably closer to 100. DA2 is a fairly long game as well, about 50 hours I'd say. So when you compare it to that, it seems like they'd be able to make more story content if that's their kind of goal. I definitely like, want them to make good story content like this. But, yeah, I was kind of not disappointed. I guess surprised would be a good word for it, that there's only 4 hours. I thought it'd be something that would take me like at least a week to do,
I can do
playing
this
on and
all
off.
day.
So maybe you could do it all in a single day if you like really buckled down and went through it. But
It's destiny. I
doesn't
ditch
seem
all
that
these
way.
parts before we crash. We find the gravestone, and then what do we need to get it flying? Honestly, it's plain as day. Not for Lana, though. For her, it's all just skill and luck and coincidence.
Weird to see a scoundrel or a smuggler who believes in destiny. Usually they're all more like the Han Solo archetype. That we make your own luck. Don't need some hokey religion around. Um, but yeah, whether you call it destiny or the Force, I think Caravel, he believes in it.
I'm with you. Things always end up going my way. There's really no other explanation.
Let's hope that includes taking down Arkin. Lana's told me about all the things you've done. More than once. Half the reason I agreed to this crazy rescue was to see if you were actually real. So, I figure I know all about your past. You deserve to know mine. Lana might have told you I was the captain of a warship during Arkin's campaign against the Core Worlds. My crew and I deserted, but I'm not going to pretend we didn't do our share of damage beforehand. Just thought you should hear it from me.
Lana mentioned that you deserted instead of following orders. What was the order?
We were holding territory on Denon. Locals rioted and orders were to open fire until they stopped. None of us even wanted to be there. Massacring civilians? That's not how Zakul is supposed to operate.
I'll be watching.
Thank you for being honest with me. You and your crew made the right choice.
Glad you think so. One more thing, as long as we're being honest. When you risked your life to shut that generator down, you showed me that you're someone I can count on. I want to take Arkin down, but we don't have to take down all of Zakul with him. I'm glad to know you understand that too.
Oh, so he's a romance option, I guess.
Too many innocent people have suffered already. I'm not going to add to that.
Thank you. Come on. Let's get this stuff back to the gravestone.
Request. Please rendezvous at my current coordinates at your earliest convenience, Masters. I require assistance.
Plastic droid.
Assistance. Must be something special to have HK worried. I do like the kind of like feel to this though. Like we're all kind of on our own missions, going around doing different things. Naturally, nobody can do anything without my help, but that's why you're the hero of the game, I guess. Well, that's right. We can use an actual speeder here. This is one of the Cantina code speeders. One of the recent ones, actually. The New York one, I think. I wonder if it's supposed to like represent like New York, like the skyscraper look. I don't know. Okay, going over there. The purple actually blends into the map a little more than the yellow used to. I was going to biochem that, but not worth the time. Oh, a little... What is this? Where is HK? Somebody made a camp here. Under a tree, that's kind of cool.
Please, save us.
What the hell is going on here? What did you do to them?
Protestation. I have done nothing to these pitiable meatbags, Master. They were merely bystanders when I destroyed a group of sky troopers. They requested our help in escaping the enemy's notice.
Please, we are no danger to you. We were exiled for protesting Emperor Arkan's war. We've already lost 2 of our friends. Please, is there anything you can do for us?
Sure. They could be spies. Quite possible, perhaps even likely, but I'm not afraid of them, so let's give them an honest shot.
We're repairing a ship with room for passengers. We can get you out of here.
You're serious? That's incredible. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're doing the right thing. Thank you.
And a quick travel thing, yay. Back to the Gravestone.
You're sure we can make it fly again?
She'll fly. Just been waiting for somebody to come along and remind her how.
Let's get to work then.
Are we enough of a crew to fly her, though? Only a few of us. Ship this size. Oh, somebody turn the music on. He has those goggles right there. Why doesn't he put them on? Like, if not now, what are they for? Make him look younger, I guess. Must be nice having the Force. Uh-oh. You alright there? Is that it? Doesn't seem as fast as whatever the first thing was. Well, at least they make good target practice. Careful there. Or HK. Somersault. Maybe we should get out of here. Or learn some AoE attacks. One of the two. We've got power. Whispers. Are they coming from the ship? Or from the Emperor? Alright, so we're still on chapter 4. This is a long chapter. Or episode 4. No, this is called chapters 4. Okay. Investigate the strange sounds. It definitely seems like all chapters are not created equal. So I wonder if maybe later ones, as they're added, will be larger in size. Refresh our buffs while we're at it. Dark Sanctuary. Does Swtor command this ship? Maybe Valkyrion used the ship to defeat the fleet and then take over it? Could that be what happened? Monolith. He does use monoliths. Or does it mean monolith is in the actual word, not the creature? Interesting.
I take it you have questions.